Hello, welcome back if you're returning. If you're new, I'm Steph, and today we have a quick post-gym stretch. We'll get started in a downward facing dog, placing your hands at the front of your mat, stepping your feet to the back of your mat, and taking your hips up and back behind you. When you find your downward facing dog, just start to let your chest gently pulse in between the upper arms, this little bounce of the upper body. Might feel nice into the shoulders. Let's take 2 or 3 more little pulses. And letting your chest come to find stillness, and we will start to take little bends into the knees one at a time. Bending into right knee, changing sides, bending into left knee. One more each side, bend into right knee, bending into left knee. Straightening through both of your legs here now. We'll step our left foot to the outside of our left hand, stepping it all the way to the front of the mat. If you need to help yourself get it there, use your hand. Both hands on the inside of that left foot. Our left foot and our left knee are both facing the front of the room, front of the mat. Keep your right hand pressing down into the floor. Reach your left hand up to the sky to find a twist. See if you can find some engagement in that back leg, lifting that right kneecap up towards the right hip bone. So we're engaging the quad. Keep pressing through the right hand, opening the chest to the left. Enjoy a big breath into your body here. And a big breath out. Place your left hand back down on the mat, on the inside of the left foot. And then separate your left knee and your right heel. Reach your left knee forward, reach your right heel back, and you should get this really interesting sensation across the front of the hips as we create some space and opening into our hips. We'll be here for 3, 2, and 1. Press both hands down into the mat. Step your left foot back to meet the right. Find that downward facing dog. If you'd like to take that little bend into the knees one at a time, bending into right knee, bending into left knee, and then straighten both legs. We'll take that same pose on the second side. Step your right foot all the way to the front of your mat on the outside of the right hand. Knee and foot both facing forward. Left hand plants on the inside of the right foot. Right hand reaches up to the sky to find this twist. You may even like to see if you can look up towards your right thumbnail. And we'll find that engagement in that left quad, lifting the kneecap up. Taking a full breath into our body. And a full breath out. Bringing your right hand back down to the mat on the inside of that right foot. Reaching right knee towards the front of the room or the front of your mat. Reaching that left heel back. Creating that sensation and that opening across the front of your hips for 3. For 2. See if you can keep your breath slow here for 1. Right foot steps to the back of the mat to meet the left. Find your downward facing dog. Maybe bend into right knee. Bend into left knee. Straighten both of your legs. Take a deep breath in and come forward into a high plank, bringing your shoulders over the wrists. As you exhale, start to bend the elbows and lower yourself all the way down onto the floor. Untuck your toes. Take the tops of the feet to the mat. I like to take my feet wide here for this variation of cobra that we're coming into. Take your hands out wider than your mat and slightly in front of the shoulders. Press your pubic bone down into the mat to engage your glutes. Press into the hands and start to slowly lift your head and chest away from the floor. If you've done a bit of core work, Today in your gym session, you should be getting this lovely stretch across the front of your belly. Staying here and breathing with those slow breaths for 3. See if you can hug your shoulder blades together down the back here, 2. Find that slow rhythm of your breath and stay as you are for 1. Releasing your forehead down to the mat. Maybe stacking the hands at the top of the mat so your forehead can come to rest on the backs of the hands. Let your hips rock side to side gently here. You'll bring your hands back beside the low ribs when you're ready. Press yourself away from your mat. We'll come into a child's pose, taking your knees wide. Bring your big toes to touch, hips back towards the heels. Once again, reaching the hands out in front of you. Finding an opening through the shoulders, let the forehead come down to the floor. May also notice a stretch on the insides of your legs, the insides of your thighs. Be here and breathing for a slow, steady breath in and a slow, steady breath out. Mindfully making your way out of your child's pose. Let's come to meet seated on our mats, taking knees one way, hips the other. Swing both legs straight out in front of you. Flex your left foot here and cross it on top of your right thigh, sitting up tall. If this is already enough in that outer left hip for you, you can stay here. Otherwise, fingers on the floor for support. Start to bend that right knee. We're all going to be able to bend that right knee to various degrees and bring that left shin closer towards the chest to find the stretch. I know that my shin can come quite close towards my chest, but for some of you, you may have that right leg a little bit straighter, that right foot a little bit further away from you. See if you can keep a little bit of length in your spine here. So sitting up tall, you can use the weight into your hands to help lift you up. Take 2 rounds of breath. Slow breath in. Low breath out. One more deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Re-straighten that right leg. Uncross the left ankle. Bring both of your feet to the edges of the mat. Knees are bent. We'll wash that out by rocking the knees side to side. We'll set up for our seated figure 4 on the second side now. Left leg extending out straight in front of you, crossing your right ankle on top of that left thigh. Again, working to stretch this outer right glute. If you already feel the stretch here, you can stay. To invite a little bit more in, you start to bend that left knee. Again, we're all going to find that stretch at different points. So just stopping once you feel that you're getting enough of a stretch in your body. Fingertips down on the floor for support. See if you can find a bit of length in the spine. Sit up tall. We'll take those 2 rounds of breath together here. Big, slow breath in. And slow it down on the way out. One more deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Re-straightening that left leg when you're ready so that you can release the right ankle. Feet to the edges of the mat, knees bent. Wash it out by rocking the knees side to side. Finishing here, sitting on your mat, maybe bringing the hands together in front of your heart. Thank you so much for joining me today. We'll see you next time.